What's up, guys? Brian back from the PT channel here to talk about It Has to Be Glenn for The Walking Dead to Die by Negan and Lucille. It just has to. It makes sense for all these different things. Spoilers ahead if you don't want to know the information. Spoilers ahead. Now, we don't know any spoilers that it's exactly there. If there's any proof out there, don't believe any proof, any videos like that, because there is no exact proof until we find out in October, like how many swings the person had and all these different theories. They're just theories, and these are the theories that make sense to us. So, believe what you want. Basically, Glenn dies in the comic, so why not in the show? Well, they could mix it up, they could do that, but they're setting key things up for season 7, and Glenn's death, mainly for Maggie, sets the tone for season 7. Negan's lines were straight from the comic, so why not the victim? They would kill somebody for a reason, and killing Glenn sets up a huge reason. Glenn's position is great for him to be picked. He's off to the side. He's in no man's land. No one could interfere. No one could intervene, even if they wanted to, because the other guys are so close, they would probably interfere with each other to do all that. Rick would probably jump and try and save someone. Who knows? But Rosita's not going to help. Daryl's all messed up, so Glenn's on an island there. The hit lines are pretty close to each other. They would line up with the RV if the RV's in the shot, except for Glenn. He's off to the side. He's in no man's land, like I said. So if that's barring that the RV is in the shot, that red line is more likely that Negan would be lining up that way. So the shot would be across the field into the woods right there, like that. But again, no RV if they didn't take it out. They filmed the group with Negan, and then this shot was just Negan of the point of view. So they filmed it in 2 days, so they might not have the RV at all. Again, we're giving you the possibilities here that make logical sense. That's all we can do. Glenn is off to the side, so the RV wouldn't be behind Negan when he's hitting him, again, if it's in there in place. But again, it's just, he's set on an island, it would just make sense. New theory here, Tyler James Williams, Noah, was told about the character's death from the cast member, a friend, who that may be, Glenn. They have to be friends, I'm sure. After filming this epic scene here, it's just a theory. He didn't say who it was, but it's just a theory. Steven Yeun, starring in a movie, Mayhem, that films in Serbia. The Walking Dead starts shooting next month. Belgrade, Serbia. He's the star of the movie. He can't be that involved with the star of the movie in that, most likely. Van point of view theory, he is in the van. He is one of the 4 people in the van. So he's in the back here. This angle actually lines up perfectly. They keep showing that point of view throughout the episode. It just makes sense that it would have to be that. Daryl, Michonne, Rosita, and Glenn are all in the van. Glenn, boom, in the van, here he goes. It just lines up perfectly. I think that's one of the strongest evidence of it, is the van point of view, that we're seeing his view throughout the episode. The Walking Dead, have they been foreshadowing this? He's holding a baseball bat in previous episodes of a different season on there. I don't even know exactly when this was, but he's holding a baseball bat. Then, at Terminus, about to get hit in the head, then they stop. Gareth comes in and stops it there too. Of course, he did not get hit, but foreshadowing? Possibly. Here's the biggest evidence. He's looking at the wall in the Savior's compound. Don't know. He's the only one that looked at the wall. That makes sense of seeing his possible death. Foreshadowing, I have to admit, it makes sense. He's looking at the pictures. He has to look. He's the only one that saw the pictures. It would make sense to do it there too. Again, he's looking at his death. Foreshadowing, possibly, we don't know, but it just makes sense. All these things together, they're setting things up. They're doing it to say that he's going to be this guy, that's going to be his death. Ultimately, he's the only one that sees it. So it's pretty strong evidence that shows that. You know, all these theories together combined have huge evidence. Maggie, comic book spoilers. Maggie will live and be a huge part of the show, run the hilltop, kind of be super strong after Glenn's death from the comic book, if they stick to that. Maggie getting sick, Glenn intervenes to stop Negan. That's huge. Is that explain why she was getting sick? Negan was going to kill her because they say, oh, just put her out of her misery. Glenn tries to save her, of course, because that's his wife. He doesn't want her to die. But does that make Negan want to kill him more to set it up? That would make sense to show why she's sick and why she's so there. It also sets up why they have to go to the hilltop. But it just makes sense to me that Glenn interfering with that would rub Negan the wrong way, and he's going to set an example to say, no one interferes with what I try to do. Let me kill this guy who tried to stop me before. So that could explain that getting sick theory a little bit on there too, whatever. So it's just thrown in there as well. He sees Maggie. They kind of lingered on him a little bit in this scene is what I kind of want to draw attention to. If you watch it, they stay on him a little bit longer there as well. He sees Maggie after the fact. He kind of slouches down. He tries to intervene when Negan goes over there. It was kind of just putting the shots together. Dwight grabs Glenn and then throws him down. That's kind of just what we're trying to show here as well. He sticks the crossbow in his face right there, then puts him back in line, and he slouches down. You have to watch the video again. I would watch it down, but after Glenn gets put in line, he kind of like sinks down in fear, disgust, anxiety, whatever, and it's kind of a perfect angle for where the point of view would be, so it makes sense too. You have to look at the angle heights on there too. I'm sure they put that as well. Maggie just looks terrible on there, but it just makes more sense after Glenn tries to intervene that Negan's going to set an example as well. But the point of view didn't have hair in their face, the hairline theory. Someone was trying to argue with me today. I doubt they're going to put hair in there. That wouldn't make sense. What, are they going to drape some hair over there? How are they going to shoot that? Neither did this scene. This was a scene in season 6, episode 6. Neither did this scene. It's the point of view of Daryl. Here's the point of view of Dwight on there too. But you see all the hair in Daryl's face when they shot the other part, that's what you would see. Or this one. Glenn has a piece of hair on his left eye. If they really want to put that much detail in there, how's he going to do that? See, there's a little piece of hair over there before Nicholas shoots himself. They're not going to put hair on this thing. They're not going to do it. They're not going to drape hair over there. We're just getting the shot, interview with it. People are like, what's on my TV? Here's the big thing too. When Negan turns to the right, where Carl is located, when saying cut the boy's other eye out, it puts Glenn in the perfect position. The angle is low, like Glenn may have been, especially after he's put back in line, but he puts in their position. So many things point to that as well. So how do you think about it, guys? Why would they keep Glenn alive? Why would they kill him? You decide. We won't find out till October, but our vote is Glenn. How about you? Like, share, subscribe, post comments below. As always, guys, thank you.